Jai Hind students, welcome back to my IT tutorials of class 10th. Today, I'm going to discuss about the effective communications. We already talked about the communications and the importance of communication in our real life. Communications definitely again considered to be one of the tools, great weapons with all of us by which we can enlighten us, by which we can learn anything easily, by which we can impress someone. By the help of this communication, we can have a good relationship with others. We can reduce the gap between two persons. That is what communication is, and exchanging our ideas, thoughts that we have in our mind with someone is a communication. Now the question is how to make it effective. So today I'm going to discuss about the effective communications, and it's a chapter 4 of that is unit 1. Effective communication implies a communication that transmit the data from the sender to the receiver exactly what a sender is intended to. It means your communication will be only considered effective once what you want to say and you said, and receiver exactly again received the same that you had or that you intended to or that was your wish. That is what effective communication is. So we'll discuss the different again points, that is objectives of today's introduction. What effective communication is, I've already told. Effective communication is a communication which implies to transfer the data from the sender to receiver exactly the way sender want to send, and the receiver should receive exactly what sender intended to send and whatever was intention of a sender. This is what the effective communication is. So once you are communicating, please pay attention to have effective communication, and exactly you should be able to deliver what you really want to. So this is what introduction is, and then the goals of effective communication, will see that the factors of effective communication that we'll see. There are 7 C's of or the principles of effective communication. We'll see one by one, and what are the benefits of effective communication. These are certain again objectives of today's. Let's see one by one. As I mentioned, the communications has a great role in every individual life. It helps us to again interpret what I want to. It helps us to share our ideas. It helps us to again make friends. It helps us to again have a good relationship with others. It helps us to make impressive ourselves, and the many ways it will help you. Now this, like the second point, that is the goals of effective communication. I'll discuss some of the points, what effective communication is and what are the goals of effective communications. The goals of effective communication is basically to deliver the masses in a better understood manner, or it also again help us to change the behavior of audience. If you have effective communication, definitely you will be able to change the behavior of any audience. For an example, if I'm a good teacher, and if I'm a good effective communicator teacher, then if a child whose behavior is not good, definitely my communication will help me to change his behavior. I hope you all must be agree. So this effective communication also help us, or the goals of effective communication is to have a good relationship with the audience. That is one. The second is it's also again changing the behavior of others. That's our goals to have a effective communication. And then we have acquiring informations, what exactly you want to acquire. You want to ask, you may ask, you will be able to ask, and you will certainly get the reply accordingly. That's also should be the effective communications goals. And then we have anything that interferes with the communications and make it ineffective can be considered to be a noise. That is one of the point. So my communication will be only considered effective if I am able to make a good relationship with the audience. My communication will be only considered to be effective if I am able to change the behavior of the audience, and my communication will be considered effective if I am able to acquire the knowledge, acquire the information that I want to. This is what the goals of any effective communication. Now, come back to the point, third point, that is the factors of effective communications. Now, definitely, you must have a few things in your mind to have effective communication. And the first or foremost is content. What you want to deliver, the information that you want to deliver, that should be very, again, informative, precise, correct. That is what content is. In this, definitely you'll use the language to deliver the masses. That definitely is one of the, again, factors for effective communications. So my language, no doubt, should be very refined, and I should use always the correct language to deliver the things. And also, otherwise, the same word that you are using at a particular context can be interpreted by the receiver differently, and they will receive differently if the communication is not effective. So first and foremost is the content, and this refers to the contents that you want to deliver, you are delivering, the language that you're using, the word that you're using. This all comes under the content part. Second is a process. Now this process is how I'm delivering a message. Delivering a message to the audience is basically a process. Now, language, of course, is one of that. The voice is another one. The gestures, the body language, and the different kind of notion that you are used in communication or during the communication is the process. So second point you have to keep in mind, process is very, again, good factor for effective communications. I should check my body language, the gestures of my body, the facial expression of my body during the communication, and the language I am using. This is all considered to be the process and is one of the factors for effective communication. And third is the context. Context here is the situation in which you delivered. There was a calm, cool environment, and I am delivering something. Definitely it will be different. And there was a noisy environment. I have to deliver there. In a crowd, I am going to say something. A public gathering it is, and I have to communicate. That depends on in what, again, context you are talking. And with the elder member I am talking, the pace of my communication should be accordingly. With a child, a small child I am communicating, then definitely I have to use this is what the context is. So to whom you are talking, and at what circumstances you are talking, at what situation you are talking. These all are factors of good communications. So there are three things that considered to be one of the major factors for effective communications, and these are content. Content means the message and the language that you use to deliver the message. Second is the process. Process is again your message, your language, your body part, your facial expression, the gestures of your body. This all should be accordingly. That's why you must have seen a good communicator always have a good body language simultaneously again being used. And that is the second one, the process. And third was the context, at what context you are delivering that message. If in my class the child is very, again, silent and I am delivering it, my communication definitely will be very effective. But my class is noisy, my class hasn't got any attention, and I am keep on delivering a lecture, hardly that delivery will be effective, hardly that communication will be effective. So you have to keep these three things. Your content should be very refined, language should be very refined, the word that you're using should be very fine so that audience should not feel any problem. Second is the process that you're adapting to have a communication should be again very good, and in process, as I mentioned, your body language also comes, facial expression also comes, gestures of the body also come, language also comes, and this all should be very balanced. And third is at what context you are delivering. Context is very vital. That's why in assembly hall morning, you must have seen your PTR is again whistling to initially to settle you down. And at the moment your principal used to be there on the dais, you must have seen he never raised his voice. Why? Because it's a different context now he is going to present the assembly. But initially the children are coming, they are rushing, small children, they have again intention to talk. That's why the voice should be accordingly. This is what the factors for effective communication. I hope this, what are the factors of effective communications? You can easily remember, and the goals of effective communication that I also talk. We have intention to acquire the information that you want exactly, and you also have a goals to have a good relationship with the audience, and you must have a goals for effective communication is to settle the children or to change the behavior of the children. That is what the goals is. Now come to the 7 C's of effective communications. Now 7 principles are there of any effective communications. Try to remember these 7 C's and also apply to your real life once you have a communication and once you are communicating with others. First and foremost, C is clear. You must be very clear in your thoughts. You must be very clear in your ideas. That is a first and foremost. I must not have a dilemma. I must not confuse. I must have a clear concept about the things that I want to deliver. That is what clear. It means if for your effective communications, I must have a clarity. I must have a constructing a message that I want to deliver, and there should be no doubt in it. That's called clear. The message can be conveyed effectively if the sender has clarity in his thought. Mind it. If I have a clear thought again, then I'll be able to deliver a message. That's why the clear, that is the first C of the effective communications, or 7 C's, it's a clear. Second is, message should be easily understood by the receiver. Once clearly or clear-cut idea you have what you want to deliver, and message should have a single goal and not a mixture of ideas. Once I have a clear-cut ideas, what I want to communicate, why I want to communicate, the receiver, of course, having no doubts in it, and receiver will receive the same. That's why the first C's of 7 C's are clear. Second is concise. Your message that you want to deliver should be very concise. Here concise means message must be precise and according to the point. What point I am discussing, I should only focus on it. I should not again keep on discussing about something else. For an example, if my ideas is to communicate with you, is to maintain the discipline, I must only focus on the discipline part. I must not talk about something else. So every word that I want to again use in my communication should be again talking about the discipline. That is what concise. So it should be point to point. It should be very precise. Short and brief message should be used to maintain the receiver attention. Always it has been observed the receiver receives well once the message is in very short form, a small form, not a lengthy message. And every word used should be meaningful and interested for the receiver. And whatever word you are using should be again interested and should be again meaningful for the receiver. Once it is a meaningful, definitely receiver will receive. So first C is a clear, second is a concise, a precise, point to point, and use the word that is again interest of the audience. Then only your communication will be effective. That is the second C. Now third C is a concrete. You must have a concrete again or concreteness in your communications. Now you have to believe and you have to create a trust between the audience, or communicators must again build a relationship, good relationship with the audience, considering that your audience is best audience of the world. Now in this concretes, refer to the communication that believable and credible in order to create trust between the communicators. Create communication as being specific and clear rather than being a vague and general. You should not have a vague or general kind of communications. You are communicating with a set of audience, and that audience is very vital for you. So it should be very clear in your thought, very concise in your thought, and you should have a concrete again decision or mindset with you, what purpose you are communicating. That's the third one, is a concrete one. Fourth one is a correct. All information that I'm going to share with the audience or I'm communicating with the audience should be very correct. There should be no doubt in it. There should be nothing wrong in it, so that your communication will be very effective, and whatever you are communicating, people should consider it as an 100% right. That is what the correct information you must have. Coherent. Communication that is going on, and the communication will be only considered effective once it is related, once it is linked, once it's one attached with the other. So there should be a rhythm, there should be a link, there should be a chain of the things once you are communicating. Means the second thing should be linked with the first, third should be linked with the second, and likewise. That's called coherent. So there must be a link or flow in your communication, and overall then only it will be effective. That's what the coherent, and it's a complete informations use must deliver the complete information. That is a 1C. And last is courteous, and I should be very humble, polite. Once I'm communicating with anyone, definitely my audience will take me in a different way. If I'm aggressive, if I'm again using the rough word, if I'm not courteous, if I'm not polite to handle a particular situation, handle a particular query, then definitely the communication will be not effective. It will be a different scene again created in front of you. So you always should be very polite, courteous. Then you always should have a complete information. You always should have a coherent, linked your statement that you are going to deliver with the previous one. What I said previously, what I should say now, what I should say next, and that is what the coherent. And you must have a correct information so the audience have 100% faith on to listen, and they will consider whatever I'm listening. There is no doubt in it. And you must have a concrete again concept of your communications. You must again have a concise information. You must have a clear idea. So 7 C's or 7 principles of effective communications you must remember. It's a clear, it's a concise, it's a concrete, it's a coherent, it's a complete, and it's a courteous, and it should be correct. That's all the 7 points or 7 C's of effective communications. These are there in your books also. Kindly go through and try to remember. People may ask to explain any 2 C's or 3 C's of effective communications, or all 7 C's can be asked. Now next point is the benefits of effective communication. I already talked there are lots of benefits of effective communications. No doubt in it, and I don't think any doubts is there in your mind also. What are the benefits of effective communications? Once my communication is effective, the purpose for that I'm communicating will be accomplished easily. You will be very close to your audience. A good relationship, a trust will be created between you and your audience. You will get a regard. You will be given due respect. So many benefits are there of effective communication. Let's see one by one. Effective communication reduces the misunderstanding and prevent us from overlooking important information. Definitely. Once my communication is effective, it will help us to reduce the misunderstanding. We'll never misunderstand anything. The reason the communication was effective, and we will never overlook or we will never again ignore the importance of any information. Otherwise, if the communication is not effective, the audience hardly pay the attention, and most of the things they overlook or they simply again ignore. that will not happen if it is effective communication. That's why we have to make sure that our communication should be always effective. The next point is, it's also create a comfortable environment. Once my communication is effective, I have a full control on my audience, and environment will be definitely again good one in the front of you, and easily you can communicate after that. So it's also create a good comfortable environment for you. People of different genders, different religions can again be the part of your communications, and without any differences, they all will interact with you once you have a good communication. That's why this spiritual guru, who are really a good spiritual master, they always have followers of the different reason, different religions, and different again language people. They are the part of it. Never a people see any different. Like Abdul Kalam, once we are listening, or we were listening the Abdul Kalam statement, we have never a feeling of any community. Why? Because that person was having such a wonderful and effective communications always. People never have any again differences. But if another person, ABC, anyone is talking, and if the communication is not effective, then definitely will start again thinking differently, and sometimes we cannot drag the attention of all religions or all again language people. That will be very tough. So it's also help us to present the different kinds of people, different genders, different religions, different cultural background people will be the part of your communications if you have effective communications. Effective communications allow the people to involve, to build trust and remove any negative emotions. Mind it, good effective communications always make a good trust between the sender and the receiver. So have always good effective communications between your parents also. Once you are communicating very effectively, your parent definitely, and you and your parents have a good trust, and no one can break that trust. Mind it. Next is, effective communication skills increase our self-respect. As I mentioned, self-respect of yours will also again increase, and we can deliver our message confidently. The reasons you are a self-respected one, and receive the outcome we have hoped for. And whatever the outcome you are expecting from the audience, definitely you will get that. So it's also help us to increase your respect. It also help us to make the different again kinds of people as a follower of yours if you have effective communication. It also help us to again reduce the misunderstanding between the receiver and the senders, and then important again words will be never ignored by the receivers since you have a good effective communications. And the last point is, that is one of the important again effects of or benefits of effective communication is, more effective communication technique is that improve our relationship with others. As I mentioned earlier also, relationship with others of yours will be definitely very good. That's why, as I mentioned, good communicators, good orators always have a good relationship with others. Any again spiritual masters, if it is a Ravi Shankar, or if it is any spiritual person to whom you considered as your favorites, why he or she is a favorite of yours? The reason, you have a good relationship, you have a good trust, you have a good respect, and once these are there, then definitely you always try to associate with him or her, and these are the benefits of effective communications. So these are the points that was there, the part of the effective communication, chapter 4. And if summary you want to see, we have seen what effective communication is. It's a communications that basically implies again to deliver the message that exactly we want to deliver, and at the receiver and receivers should receive the same. That is what effective communications is. And the goals of effective communication is, we want to change the behavior of the people. That is a one goal. We want to again acquire the information that we want. That is what the goal is. And we want to deliver whatever we want to deliver, that is also the goals. Factors of effective communications, we have seen some of the factors of effective communications, contests and contacts and likewise, and the 7 C's of effective communications that you have seen. You must be clear, your concrete again information you must have, small and precise or information you must have, then you must be courteous also. The 7 C's